Well, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the highlights of the Winter Cello Program class. We are live in Cello Nation. Everybody write your name in the comments, in the chat. Tell us where you are. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. But I always look at them later, but hopefully we will be able to see them now because it's so much fun to hang out with you guys live. I have to write comments and then it spills your comments. Okay, so we're waiting for people to come in. We've been on for 1 minute. Sometimes I can see your comments, sometimes I can't. So I don't know if you're there or not. Listen. This is a class to highlight the Winter Cello Program. So it's coming up January, February, and March. I'm going to tell you this a few times. In that program, you are going to get one-on-ones and group class, okay? We'll talk about it a little bit later. But mainly, I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a holiday class here. Work on a few of the kinds of pieces that my students in the Winter Cello Program are going to be working on. We're going to work on Witch's Dance, we're going to work on Lully Gavotte, and we're going to work on Ashokan Farewell, the chord chart, to get a little bit of improv in your playing, okay? There are going to be people in here from our Winter Cello Program. So far we have 7 signed up, and I want to get 3 more. I have time for 3 more because there's a lot of one-on-ones, so I can take 10. And I'm also doing my Total Cello Immersion course, right? So there's 10 in there. So there's a lot going on. I also want to tell you guys that I have just made a schedule for December. I'm super excited. You guys who know me know that I do a lot of free classes in Cello Nation in December for the holidays, so I can't wait to do that. That's going to be really fun. I will tell you about that a little bit later in more detail, but I'm going to have a week of Suzuki cleanup. That's right, clean up your Suzuki pieces. And I'm going to have a week of Christmas music like Mr. Santa and stuff like that, so we can learn some improv on that and just play it and have fun every day, different Christmas tunes. And I think I want to have I have some Christmas duets, so I think I'm going to do that with you guys. Give you guys the music, play the duets with you. It's always fun to have someone to do something with, so if you don't have anyone to play with at home, that's me. Listen, I get it. I don't have anyone to play with here. Biscuit's the only one here, and she's limping a little bit. My daughter's coming home on Friday, so yay for that. But here's this big old, dirty old, cold, freezing house with me in it. The cello guru, Marcie Brown. Me and my cello. Okay, so the comments are not working. Oh, they're there. Hi, there's people here. Yay, I'm so excited. Heidi, hello from Green Bay. Alyssa, hello. In Canada. Oh, Canada. Donna, hi Donna from Florida. I think Donna just joined yesterday. Teresa, yay Teresa from Sin City or near Sin City. Kathleen from Texas, yay. Shu and Talkeetna where it's still dark. Whoa. Susan from Costa Rica. Okay, good. All right, I always feel like Garrison Keillor when I'm reading those. All right, let me see. I can't find my, oh, there I am. All right. Okay. So let me have a sip of coffee and then we're going to work some on Witch's Dance, then Lully Gavotte, then Ashokan Farewell. Okay, guys, you ready? I got no schedule really today. So this is just an impromptu fun class to remind you guys you can get in the Winter Cello Program if you want to. You can get in the Total Cello Immersion Program too, which is higher ticket, costs more. But Winter Cello Program is great. It's 3 months, January, February, and March. And you get a lot of one-on-ones. There's people in here from WCP. Write in the comments if you're from WCP. Write in the comments if you're from Total Cello Immersion. Hey-oh! Combining communities is so fun. Combining cellists from all over, so that's fun. Okay, so here's what I wanted to say. when I went to my cello lesson, I'm still going to cello lessons, but when I went as a kid, I remember feeling like, what the heck is going on? I have no idea what this teacher wants of me or what this piece is supposed to sound like. Terror, right? Like, oh my God, she's pointing at me and I have to play and I have no idea how this piece is supposed to go. Or even if I kind of knew how it went, I was kind of like in my brain, but I know I'm going to suck at it. I'm not doing it right. They're judging me, right? So if you guys know that feeling, then welcome to being a cellist, because we all have that feeling, right, in our lessons. But I've kind of been realizing, okay, the main reason for all of these classes that I do all the time is to help you guys not have that feeling so much. So if you play along with a professional, you will get better. You will know more. You will understand more how the piece is supposed to go, right? So that when you get out to your lesson, maybe this is your lesson, but if you get out to an in-person lesson, let's say, then you're going to be better. You're going to have more confidence, right? All of this is for confidence, okay? To try to help you with your confidence, because listen, I have been there. Welcome to being a musician. I sound pretty good. Yay, I sounded good yesterday in my concert. Now today I suck and everybody thinks I'm horrible. Right? That's the path. Life is 50-50. You've heard that before. Playing cello is 50-50, all right? I invent programs to help you guys to get over the humps and to reach out a hand, pull you out of the river of misery. All right. And encourage you to move forward, because music is worth it, right? You guys are worth it. Music is worth it. Let me see what's going on in the comments. And because comments are the fun part of this. Hi, Laura. Laura made it. Yay, from Washington. Laura has the music. Alden Paluzzi. Pam in New Jersey. Yay. Okay. All right, guys. I think it's loading the comments now. Okay. Hi, Joyce. Joyce is there. Okay. Ask any questions you guys want as we go along, okay, in the comments. At the end, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Winter Cello Program. Because people are going to watch this later too, all right? I got a few emails yesterday. I'm trying to fill 3 more spots so that we'll have 10. It's going to be really fun. Okay, here's your A. All right, we're going to do a little on Witch's Dance. We're going to do a little on Lully Gavotte and then Ashokan. All right? Sorry, if you need the music, it's from Suzuki Book 2 and Suzuki Book 3. This is page 14. You have to go in Cello Nation and print it out, or I sent it out in an email today to subscribers. Okay? If you're not subscribed to the Cello Guru, what are you doing? Subscribe to get Monday emails with free PDFs. And ideas of what to practice, etc. It's always alive, it's always growing. So the Cello Guru, you want to be subscribed to that, okay? How you subscribe? I don't know, figure it out. The Cello Guru. You can email me, you can go on Cello Nation. And are you on Cello Nation, by the way? If not, you should be on Cello Nation, okay? But you gotta answer the questions to get in. Most people don't get in right now because they're not answering the questions. So that's why my group is like 3,500 and International Cello Society group is 50,000. Because I'm not letting many people in. I don't want bots in there. All right, Witch's Dance. Listen for a minute. Very dramatic version. All right, bar 17. Remember, the more you listen to someone who's good at this, the more you're going to be good at this. That's my message for today, okay? You've got to listen. Listen, play along, but listen. Bar 17 is an arpeggio. So I want to talk about hand shape. I know I talk about it all the time, but I cannot talk about it enough. Hold the baseball. That's your hand shape. Notice, half step, half step, half step. There's two cameras. Half step from 4 to 3, half step from 3 to 2, half step from 2 to 1. This is super, super important. Get your pinky in tune. One hand shape. Under God, indivisible. All right, let's see. For bar 17, we are going to do this hand shape. Let's play bar 17 in first position, okay? First position, not the fingering written on the chart. We'll do that in a minute. First position, listen to it. Listen again. Now, put your pinky in the air, look at the music, and pretend like you're playing. But I'm going to be the one playing. You ready? Just that one bar. You're visualizing playing it, okay? Ready? Go. But you're not really playing. Okay, let's do that again. Visualize it. Feel what your hand would feel like playing those notes. Ready? Go. All right, now put your hand on. Pinky. It's not the printed fingering. 4030. Let's try it. It's a D arpeggio. Ready? Go. Actually play. Let's do it again. Ready? Go. All right, this is a D major arpeggio. Let's do it again. Ready? Think about your hand shape. There are only two hand shapes on the cello. This one, closed, hold the baseball, and this one, which is an extension, okay? We are doing closed. 17, ready, go. All right, now let's do their fingering. Slide up, second finger on D. And you're gonna put a pinky over here. Everybody do that. Mine's kind of out of tune. Left elbow plan. Get your left elbow forward a little. Now let's add the first finger. Again. Again. So this is the exact same hand shape as we had in first position, right? We just moved it down a whole step. So listen. Listen and pretend you're playing it. Listen and pretend you're playing it. Put your fingers in the air. See if it works. How did you sound? Do it with me now. Put your second finger on D. Hand shape is hold the baseball, closed position. Ready? Go. Stop. Again. Ready? Go. Now let's do the next one. Bar 19. Listen. Listen again. Now put your fingers in the air and pretend like you're playing this. Ready? Go. One more time. Visualize, pretend. Ready? Go. Now play it with me. You ready? This is bar 19. Ready, go. Again, ready, go. Again, ready, go. All right, now let's do 17 for 4 bars, starting here. So listen first, close your eyes. Now let's play it together. You ready? Bar 17. Ready? Go. All right, do you see how that's all the same hand shape, right? All that's moving is this apparatus like this. Your fingers are only moving a little bit. All right, now let's do bar 21. You're going to stay right where you are, and you're going to put a pinky. Same hand shape, right? This time we jump down a whole step. Listen. Listen again. Visualize that you're playing those fingers and you're moving down a whole step. But I'm the one playing, okay? Ready, go. Let's do that again. Ready, go. All right, now jump on with me. Find your first note, get your hand shape, okay? Here we go. Ready, go. That's the first 4 notes in 21, right? That's a hard part for everybody. What if it weren't hard? What if you're just moving back a little and moving up? That's all it is, really. Ready? Together. 21. Ready? Go. Let's do that again. Ready? Go. Let's do it again. Ready? Go. Next one, listen. So I got to tune that up a little. All right, listen again. All right, do it in the air. Pretend like you're playing, but you're not really playing. Ready, go. All right, let's do it again. Pretend like you're playing. Do the fingering in the air. Ready, go. Okay, let's do it together now. You ready? This is bar 23. Okay. Ready, go. Let's do it again. Closed hand shape, right? Measure your F sharp. Mine wasn't far north enough. Mine was too sharp. You ready? Bar 23. Ready? Go. And guess what? We already practiced this. It's bar 17. So yay, we already did it. So now let's do the whole 2 lines, okay? This is the fun part. The arpeggios is pretty fun. All right, you ready? Let's do it together. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. Ready? 17. Ready? Go. Move over. Stay where you are, hold the bass ball. That was a jazz move. Listen, this is the best thing I can give you, the best advice I can give you, is find your hold the bass ball shape. And there's one extension in this piece. It's in bar 37, which goes, and that's the one point the squirt gun spot. If you need more help on this hand shape, go to Cello 911. Just look up Cello 911. It's my YouTube thing that I do on Fridays. And look up hand shape. Hand shape on the cello, okay? Super, super important. I haven't really heard it talked about much. I got hand shape from my jazz guitar course. And I was like, oh, hand shape, that's so good, right? But I have seen a few videos where people talk about hand shape a little bit. I don't know if they got it from me. I don't think they did, but I'm not sure. Anyway, in my whole education, it wasn't talked about in that way, and I really like it. Okay, that's Witch's Dance. Please write in the comments how you did. Now, I'm doing this new thing, which is neuroscience in your practice, okay? So visualization, that's the first time I tried it today. I've never tried it myself. I'm gonna try it. But let me know if you were you able to play it in the air and listen to me play it while you were doing this? So there's a book I'm reading on neuroscience. Don't ask me the name of it. I don't even know what it is. But this girl, I call her a girl, this woman, a young woman, she went to my daughter's school. She went to Oberlin and did a double major like my daughter did in neuroscience and viola. And my daughter did neuroscience and cello at Oberlin. So she did that, but she's written all this interesting and cool stuff. I mean, most of it's boring to me because I can't read technical stuff very well. But I listened to it on audiobook, and that really helped me to get through some of my non-abilities to focus. And there's like clinical studies and all this stuff, right? They love to do clinical studies. And that's how they figure stuff out. But one thing that she suggested is what I just did, having you think about it while I'm playing it, because we know I sound good, right? We know I sound like it's supposed to sound. And then you play it, right? I don't think this works when you don't have any kind of a hand shape yet. So I don't want to do it for total beginners, but I think visualization before you actually dive in and do it. She's saying that her students are always better when they do that. So that's interesting. Let's see what anybody wrote in the comments. Hi, Guy's here. Let's see, why can't I scroll? Scroll. Okay, so let's see. I can move this up. Can I see what Shu says? Shu, I don't know why I can't scroll this. I'm afraid to poke on anything. But let's see. The handshake, I love it that Shu said the handshake. Hello, I know you just wrote that wrong. Makes so much more sense now than it did when we covered it back in April. Playing in the air didn't do so much for me though. Yet, right? Yeah, well, we'll see. I hadn't tried it until today, but I'm going to be starting to try some of this stuff. Hello, Guy. Okay. All right. Not many comments yet. Okay. So let's go over to Lully Gavotte. I've been having a lot of coffee. A reminder that the Winter Cello Program is coming up in January, February, and March. So I'm going to do some of the details of that at the end of this class. But it's 3 months, January, February, and March. And we have space for 3 more people. So is it you? It might be. So get up the Lully Gavotte, page 6. The first thing I want to say is in the Winter Cello Program, this is how I will be teaching. This is me. I'm the cello guru. This is kind of what you get. We come up with some creative ideas on the spur of the moment to teach you how to play better cello, right? And also, really important right now is practicing better cello. The famous teacher Hans-Jürgen Jensen said, when I asked him, what's the single most important thing that you can tell anybody about cello playing? What's the most important thing? The most important thing. He said, practice technique. Makes sense, right? Because you've got to learn how to practice in order to play better cello. And in my groups like Winter Cello Program and Total Cello Immersion, which is my 6-month group, we are going deep in on practicing techniques lately, the PSSR method, which is my method, and some of these neuroscience ideas of how to get you to practice deeper and better and cleaner so that you can actually make fast progress, okay? So that's what we're on about in TCI and in the Winter Cello Program, okay? So again, Winter Cello Program is 3 months, TCI is 6 months, okay? And TCI has an online component, but they both have some community, so it's really fun. All right, so Lully Gavotte, page 6 of book 3. All right, here we go. I'm just pulling out a little bit from each of these compositions to give you an idea of what the teaching method might be like in my programs, but also just to help you with these pieces, right? Because it doesn't really matter your level. You can always learn on whatever piece you're playing. The piece of music you're playing doesn't matter. What matters is how you are practicing it, how you are playing it, right? Doesn't matter what you play it, it matters how you play it, right? What's that Miles Davis quote? I forget what the quote is. Something about there's millions of kinds of music, but the only one that I love is good music. Something like that. Well played music, right? All right. Now, let's do the Lully Gavotte, all right? Okay, first teaching point I want to tell you guys is that here's your Baroque bow stroke. Everybody try that. One more time. So that is the Baroque bow stroke. What you're going to do is put your bow on a string, relax your right shoulder. You see my heart on there? That's a heart. I don't know how to... There it is. I don't know how to show you guys that. There it is. You can see it, right? It's a heart. Okay, put your bow on a string, relax your right shoulder, accent, and pull fast. Now you might have to move your bow up a little to get it to ring. It's a dangerous stroke. Everybody listen. Now do it with me. That's the beginning of the gavotte. Alright, there's dots, right? So the dots are going to make it a Baroque bow stroke. So you have to start fast, stop at the end. You have to stop in order to make that sound. So listen to this. I love playing that. That's the Bach double violin concerto. But those strokes he does, they're so clean and fun. They're a little bit dangerous. You might throw your bow across the room. That's okay. We need to take some chances in cello, right? It's a scary instrument. Let's try it on our D string. If you're not pulling your bow fast, squish the stick a little bit more and let it go. Like let it rip. It should fly across the room. Alright, you're just going to get better and better at doing that. Every time you see a dot in here, you want to put that in Every time you see a quarter note where there's not a dot, you have the option of putting it in. So I could do, I could if I wanted to, but I think the phrasing in the beginning is, so the third note is legato. That's why they didn't put a dot on it. And all of this is just an interpretation anyway. So that's the bow stroke. And then the second contrasting bow stroke, because we often have a contrast in each piece that makes it interesting, is bar 22. So the eighth note. Just make it sticky. Get in the string, squish the string with your index finger. Okay, let's try it. All right, so it should, that's gonna, it shouldn't be like this or anything like that, okay? All right, now let's do a little exercise, okay, for bow stroke, all right? So we got, okay, you ready? Let's try it. Relax your shoulder. We're gonna do one bar of quarter notes, one bar of eighth notes. Remember, the quarter notes are Baroque bow stroke. You're trying to make a really fast, stark quarter note, which is a Baroque bow stroke. And then for the eighth note, you're going to make them legato and sticky in the string, okay? One bar of each, back and forth. Ready? Listen first. And then I'm going to have you do it with me. Ready? Go. Let's try it. Ready? Relax your right shoulder. Squish the stick. Ready? Go. Eighth note. 3 stroke work that you're going to be doing in the Lully Gavotte. And the people in the Winter Cello Program will be doing with me for this piece, Lully Gavotte, okay? Anytime there's a Baroque piece, you're going to use these bow strokes. At least that's what I use. All I can tell you is what I do. Is the bow stroke important? It's important to me. So I really want you to get an idea and start working on these kinds of generalizations that go into all the pieces you're going to play, right? Rather than just struggling with the piece. Let me check in the comments and see if anyone's written any questions in there. Hi Kate. Kate from Oregon is here. Hi Alice, she did it! Yay! Okay. All right. So you guys who came in late can go back and watch this if you want to work on the Witch's Dance, which we just worked on. All right, now, in Lully Gavotte, I want to work on a concept with you called sewing. Does anybody sew? I'm really bad at sewing. I suck so bad at sewing. But I do it. I did it. When I was little, I used to sew my pants up, and you could see the big, loopy, uneven stuff. But it was fun. It's fun. Okay, so this is musical sewing, all right? I want to tell you, before we do this sewing in bar 22, you guys search for bar 22, and the numbers are in the beginning of each line, okay? I want to tell you that my daughter, when she was, 7 years old or something, we went to the Colorado Suzuki Institute, and she played this piece, Lully Gavotte. She was so little. I mean, we're little folk. We're not big folk. I'm 5 feet tall. She's a little folk as well. She had this little purple Hannah Anderson dress on. She was so friggin' cute. But she performed this in front of the whole institute. And I'll never forget. She dragged her she came out and said, it was almost like she was dragging her cello on stage like a loaf of bread. Remember that movie, All the Mornings of Our Life or something, where they dragged the cello around like it was a loaf of bread? Anyway, she came out on stage and the audience gasped because she's so little, right? And she had this cello with her. They were like, ah! Like that, because she was so cute. So she came out on stage, Colorado Suzuki Institute, and she played the shit out of this piece. She played it really, really, really beautifully at like age 7 or something like that. But the point I wanted to make was she wanted to wear these pink cowboy boots. She was dying to wear the pink cowboy boots with this purple dress. And I was like, no, you just can't. No, those aren't for performance. No, those. My biggest regret in my life is that I did not let her wear the pink cowboy boots. Like, what was I thinking? Like, that was a fashion statement. She was not in the New York Philharmonic at that moment, right? Anyway, that's my memory of the Lully Gavotte. And I love this piece. Okay, so now we're going to do our sewing. Bar 22 is 3 bars in the line that says bar 20, right? 3 bars in, okay? So we're going to sew, and what we're going to do is we're going to sew the first 4 notes into the next note. So we're gonna sew 5 notes. We're gonna play 5 notes at a time instead of 4. One way to practice this is, let's try that. All right. Bar 22, we're going to do 4 notes, and then I'm going to show you how to do 5 notes, okay? So let's all play 4 notes in bar 22. Ready? Go. Slowly. Stop. Let it process. Let's do it again. Ready? Go. Stop. Let it process. Let's do it again. One more time. Ready? Go. All right. One more time because we have to do 5. Ready? Go. Okay, good. Now we're going to sew. Here's what it's going to sound like. Okay, do this in the air. Don't play yet. Just do it in the air. Visualize it. Think while I'm playing. Pretend like you're playing. Ready? Go. All right. Do it in your head and in the air again. Ready? Go. All right. Now you're going to do it with me, okay? 5 notes because we're sewing those 4 into the next thing, which is a shift, right? Ready, go. Again. Ready, go. Again. Ready, go. Again. Ready, go. Gotta stop and think in between each iteration of whatever you're working on, okay? You gotta stop because the neuroscience says when you stop, your brain will play the thing over that you just did 10 times quickly backwards. I'm not even kidding. Ask Dr. Andrew Huberman of Stanford, and then also the neuroscience book I've been reading says the same thing. So this is really cutting edge for practice, okay? You have to stop. Don't let yourself go fast, 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 fast. Because what you're doing is you're going over mistakes. You're reinforcing mistakes as you try, and then finally you get it right. So my suggestion, play really slowly, nail the thing slowly and give it time to process in your brain in between each time you repeat it, okay? So that was sewing 5, okay? Let's try, the next one is really good. 20, 21, 22, bar 22. Let's do notes 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're up here. Sounds like this. Hand shape, right? Same hand shape, closed hand shape. All right, visualize it, pretend like you're playing it. Pretend your hand shape, or actually do your hand shape in the air. Ready, go. Let's do that again, pretending. Ready, go. All right, now get your finger on. This is bar 22, note number 5. You ready? 1, 4, 3, 1. Third position. Ready? Go. Let's nail it again. Ready? Go. Let's nail it again. Ready? Go. All right, now we're going to do the sewing. 5 notes. It's going to sound like this. Half step back to a C sharp, right? Listen again. Now visualize it. Pretend like you're playing it. Whatever that means to you. Play it in the air or just pretend in your brain. Ready, go. One more visualization. Ready, go. All right, let's do it together. You ready? Find your D. This is bar 22, note number 5. Ready, go. 5 notes. Are you nailing your hand shape? It should be. Hold the baseball. Should be the same all over the cello when you have a closed hand shape. Ready, go. One more time. Ready, go. Okay, so do you see how we're sewing? We're doing not only one hand shape, but the connection to the next position, right? So you can play 4 notes quickly like this. You know, every 4 notes, just play those, stop, the next 4, the next 4, and then you can play 5. This is from Speed Week. Did any of you guys attend Speed Week? This is the Speed Week exercise. Super fun and super interesting. You can then play 8, like 5 times, stopping in between, and then play 9, because you're practicing the next connection, right? It's really interesting and fun. Okay, so now let's do bar 22, just through the 8th note part together, okay, because it's fun. You ready? Let's just do it to give you a chance to play all the way through to bar 34, where the theme starts again. Okay, we're going to play it slowly together, just for fun. All right, bar 22 starts on an open A. 1, 2, play with me. Let's do it again. Now we're going to go on. 22, ready, go. Gavotte. I want to do spot practice because that's how you're going to get better. Taking out little parts and really, really working those parts so that you get better actually, and you don't just end up playing all the way through a piece over and over and over and it never gets any better, right? I have a student in Stanford who said, I keep practicing, I practice every day, but it never gets any better. Yeah, you're not practicing well. That's all it is. You just need to learn to practice better. All right? That's FT in Stanford. Hello. All right. So listen, guys, write in the comments if you have any questions. Lully Gavotte is really fun. We're going to be working on that in the Winter Cello Program. And people are getting one-on-ones and group classes on Saturdays, right? There's a lot of one-on-ones, and there's one group class per month. You don't have to play in front of the others. You're just going to have one-on-one lessons with me, but you will be meeting others and chatting with others. We've already been talking in emails, so it's really fun. Okay, so now I've just got Ashokan Farewell. Okay, I want to tell you guys that it's really important to learn some improvisation, some theory on your cello. That's what I did. That's how I got good. I got good for me, way better for me when I started to study music theory and understand what's going on in the theory. It's a very slow but rewarding study. Okay, I'm gonna see in the chat if anyone wrote any questions or everybody's just busy playing. Vicky, you made it! Vicky, she says, this is so good. I think, it was fun. I did voice messages to people last night. It was super fun. I think it was Vicky who was getting soup last night. Laura says she loves Huberman. Yeah, I know, but Laura, I think he's a terrible guy. Remember, did you just look at the Huberman scandal? But I can't help it. I really like his show too, but as a guy, he's horrible. He had like 5 girlfriends at once. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But he's taught me a lot, so I'll take it anyway, right? I mean, he's not my boyfriend. Right, Laura? Okay. All right. Ashokan Farewell. So we're talking about the harmonies in Ashokan Farewell because I want you guys to learn to fill in the harmonies. So I'm just going to teach you a few chords today, and then we're going to play it just for fun, okay? We're going to play through this piece, okay? Let's talk about some harmonies that you can add in right at the beginning. Why can you add an open D? Because it's a D chord. See, it says D on the top of the bar. That means it's a D chord. That means you can always play a D underneath that melody note because D is the root of a D chord, okay? So this is true at whatever level you're at. You can do that. Everybody try to do that. Open D, and then the melody note, right? Isn't it fun? Try it again. All right, this is ornamentation right from the get-go, right from the giddy up. Ornamentation, D chord, right? Okay, and then in the third bar, you have a G. So what did I just say? You can always play the name of the note that is the chord. See, it says G above the third bar. That means it's a G chord. You can play open G. Right? It goes with it. You can play it together. So this, listen to this. Solo cello line, but what about when you start adding chord notes to it? It's really, really beautiful. It's like you're playing with someone else. Okay, so let me just give you a few notes to add and you can write them in. All right, open D at letter A. Write it along with that note. Just write it on your staff. Open D. You're going to want to add that. In bar 3, where it says G above the staff, write in a G. Open G, and you can put O next to it so you know what you're talking about. O4, right? You can play them separate, or you can put them together. Fourth bar, write a low E, because it says E above the staff, right? So you can just do fifth with third fingers, right? So from bar 3 and 4, it sounds like this. Isn't it fun? Okay, we can figure that out because E means E is in the bass. So you write an E in the bass, right? So by that method, look at bar 5. It says D above the staff. Write a low D under it. So you got D and A. Here's how that opening would sound. Isn't it beautiful? If you don't have the technique to do it, that's okay. Just grab an open string wherever you can to the right, because it has to be underneath, the pitch has to be underneath your melody note, okay? One more chord I want to teach you that's really fun is bar 15. It says A7. You can do a fifth. A and E. That's the G string and the D string. You can write it in 1-1. You're barring with your left hand, and then you play open A for the melody. That's in bar 15. Do you see it? You can roll it. You can do 2 and 2. Here's how that'll sound. I'm going to start at 13, okay? Have a listen. Hard to get it too. Everybody try that. Bar 15, 1-1-0. I have to move my left elbow back. I mean, chords are going to be a little bit out of tune. It's okay. Nobody cares. Do the best you can to make them in tune, and then allow yourself. It's more important to have the chord than to have it exactly perfectly in tune. That is my thought. Okay? No one else's thought but mine. And I'll take it. Okay, so anywhere you have a D chord, add an open D. Look at letter B. You can add an open D, right? Write it in if you need to. And then pretty soon you'll be adding open strings without writing them in, which is really, really, really fun because you feel like the clown in orchestra who adds all this extra stuff and you're like, what the heck is he doing? He's so annoying. And then secretly you're like, I wish I knew how to do what he's doing because it looks like fun. I want you to be that person, all right? And then teach everybody how to do this because it's really fun. Open strings to the left is the best advice I can give you. Look at bar 27. It's a G chord. It says G above the staff. So I can add G and D. See it? That's not a coincidence. That's bar 20, 26 or something. 28. Write it in. Open G, open D. O, and write O, so you can nail it. Look at the next bar is a D. Add an open D. So let me play bar 26, second to last line, 4 bars for you, and then I'm gonna play it for you with the chord in it, okay? Okay, I forgot to play it without the chord. That's okay, you get the idea. It's very lonely sounding, and then it sounds like there's more members playing with you as you add open strings to it, okay? That's the very first step of improvisation. Taking that melody, making what we call a chord melody, which just means add the bass note here and there. And remember, the bass note, when you see a chord above the staff, every piece of music that I give you, of pop music or Celtic music or jazz music, has chords on it. Because I believe you can start to understand the music theory, and I expect you to start to understand the music theory. However basic it is, doesn't matter. This is the first step. Open D, if it's a D chord, and if it'll fit. That means if you're playing on the A string, you can always put an open D to enhance it, right? So again, the bass note of a chord that's called D is a D, all right? All right, let's play Ashokan Farewell just for fun here to end up. And then I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Winter Cello Program, some of the details in it, okay? Ready? Let's just play it for fun. See if you can add some of those open string chords, okay, as we play. And we're going to do the repeats. 1, 2. We're going to start on 3 with the up bow, okay? 1, 2. String chords with it, okay? It doesn't matter if you know all the chords. It doesn't matter. Just start taking small steps to learn to fill stuff in, to learn the music theory. You're going to get smarter. You're going to get faster. I am on a rampage to get cellists to start to learn music theory. We all think we don't have time to do it. You do. You do. It's going to make you a better cellist, even when you go very slowly and add it. Okay? So I'm going to tell you details of the Winter Cello Program, but first I'm going to see if anyone has any questions or comments. Alice says, I did okay. Laura says, very helpful. Oh, I'm so glad, Laura. I'm so glad. Vicky says, I sew. Yay, Vicky. That's so cool. I love sewing, but I'm terrible at it. I'm so bad at it. Joyce says she sews too. Her favorite part of the Lully Gavotte is the fast part, right, Joyce? Yeah, it's really, really fun. Okay. Vicky says, thank you so much. So good. Yay, yay. Thank you. April says she's going to watch when she gets back home. We shall see. We shall see, April. Yeah, Susan clicked in on the hand position in a way that she had not before. Susan is in the TCI Total Cello Immersion Program, 6-month program. She's been going gangbusters, so yay. Alice wants to be a part of the Winter Cello Program. Alice, if you want me to message you the details, I shall do that. That would be really, really fun. Kate Lister says, woohoo, fun. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of Winter Cello Program details. It's only going to take a minute, don't worry. I have this from the email. Lots of one-on-ones and group classes. Yes, now you don't have to play for others in the Winter Cello Program, so don't worry about that part. In TCI, we do play for others in classes, and you get the skill of performing for others. You're not working on that skill in the Winter Cello Program. I want you guys to really be honing in on your technique and not worrying about others listening to you. I'm the head kahuna that's going to be listening to you. I'm not going to judge you. I do not judge. What I do is I think, how can I make that better? I am never thinking, oh, that's horrible, she's horrible, he's horrible. That is never the thought of a teacher. The thought of a teacher is, how can I make this better? How can I help them to make this better, okay? All right. So there are 9 one-on-one sessions, and I have the dates if you need me to send them to you. Mostly we have Sunday and Monday classes between 11 and 3 my time. Although, if that doesn't work for you, I can totally make your lesson a different time. I have other times. But in general, Winter Cello Program people are all on Sunday and Monday. And my TCI people are on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's a great community. 9 one-on-one sessions. Plus, I have an extra class when you do your pay-in. If you pay in full by Wednesday, we've got an extra class that you're getting, which is this funny title I just wrote. Use your brain practice that will blow your mind. It's not quite the title yet, something like that. It's the neuroscience way of practicing. And actually you get better when you use this. So this is super, super exciting. And my finger is right on the pulse of what's going on right now. My daughter has this degree in neuroscience and cello. So we talk about those techniques. Andrew Huberman, plus that new book I was talking about by, I forget the name of it, but there's a whole book that's really, really fun, and I'll be breaking it down and sharing things with you about using your brain. So there's a free class, use your brain practice that will blow your mind, okay? So that's a free class that's gonna come if you pay in full by Wednesday, December 3rd. We'll talk about that when you just message me or email me for details, okay? Or you can just write it in the chat here and I'll send them to you. 9 one-on-one sessions plus that free class. 3 group classes on Saturdays at 10 a.m. PT, 1 per month, January, February, and March. Remember, it's a 3-month, 90-day program. Although we're already talking, and there is a bonus class that you're going to get if you pay in full by Wednesday. It's a bonus one-on-one that I'm going to do with you this month. so that we can get you going on what you're going to be working on for January, February, and March. 12 total sessions over 3 months, plus the pay in full classes. The Blow Your Mind class, how to practice, and also your free, not free, but your bonus one-on-one to get you all set with your goals so that we know what you're going to be working on in your private lessons and in the group classes in January, February, and March. Okay, if you have any questions, write in the chat here. Meanwhile, I'm going to be reading this about the people in the Winter Cello Program, okay? Oh, Sergio was in here. Sergio, you're quiet. Sergio's a composer, or is it Sergio? Sergio is a composer, and he's going to be sharing some of his beautiful compositions. He's a pianist, but he's learning cello too. So he's going to be sharing some of them on Cello Nation. So make sure you listen to some of Sergio's compositions. Really, really nice. Okay, here's a quick look at some of the registrants in WCP. Pam P., who is in here today, is working. I don't know how she's here because she works a 9 to 5, I think. Pam P. is working on Boccherini's Minuet in Book 3. Yes, that's a hard one. Pam, that's really hard. Teresa M. is gearing up to tackle all of Book 3. But we are going to start with the Schubert Berceuse, right? Is that the first one in Book 3? We're talking about Suzuki Book 3. That's Teresa in Nevada. Okay, she's doing great. Shu in Talkeetna, Alaska wants to play more by ear. So we're going to do some of that, as well as doing some classical techniques too for you, Shu, to up your game and up your level. Jenny in Sydney is looking to play with a band. I've been meeting with Jenny, and she got her bonus lesson for pay in full, and she's going to be playing with the band by the time the 3 months is up, and she's going to know how to make up some parts to go along with chord charts to play with the band. Erin in Berkeley wants to build her skills to accompany her family band. She's got 2 little ones and a husband who plays guitar, so she's going to be working on her improv skills. Okay? If you have questions about the Winter Cello Program, write them in the chat. Here's some of the questions. How long is it? 3 months, 90 days. But if you get in by Wednesday, you get a free bonus class and you get the practice class. I don't know when the practice class is yet, but then, so it starts sooner, right? In December, you'll get your bonus class to get your plan. All right, is it on Zoom? Yes, it's on Zoom unless you live in my area. Erin lives in my area. She lives in Berkeley. She can come over here for her one-on-one if she wants to. It's totally fine and fun. Just 2 little kids, so it's a little difficult, but that's an option. What will we be working on? We're going to work on a Suzuki piece, a classical piece, and an improv piece, okay? So that's going to be really fun. How many classes are there? 12 total sessions, plus the option of 2 bonus sessions over 3 months. Well, really, we're starting in December with the bonus session. What is intermediate level? People ask me. Intermediate level is Suzuki Book 2-ish, Book 3-ish, and up. Okay, anybody along in that area can get into the Winter Cello Program. Okay, write in the chat any questions you have. Email me with more questions. I'll go over it all. I'll watch it. If you're watching this later, just write in the comments if you have questions or if you want me to send you the details. I will email you. Make sure I have your email address because I'll email you the details. It could also be in Messenger, but I prefer email, okay? All right, now here's the next thing. Let me make sure that nobody asks any questions in the chat. Where did the chat go? There it is. Okay, Alice, I'm going to send you details because you want them. Vicky says thank you so much. Okay, all right. Teresa says she loves the Ashokan Farewell. She's going to be playing it lots. Okay, good, Teresa. We can work on that in your... Teresa's in the Winter Cello Program in Nevada. Shu is in the Winter Cello Program, too. Shu says it's fun to fill in octave chords. Love theory. Shu loves the theory. And we're going to be working on your classical technique, okay? All right. So now the last thing I wanted to tell you guys is this. I'm really excited. I've got stuff up my sleeve for December for Cello Nation. Okay, Cello Nation Lives are free classes that I do, and you guys who know me know that I do a bunch of stuff in December, right? So, in December, wait, I have it written down somewhere. I think it is over here. I printed out the schedule. Okay. I'm going to be posting all this, so don't worry about it, but I'm just mentioning it to you. Okay. So I started this session by saying, as a little kid, I always felt like I didn't know what the heck I was doing in my lessons, right? That is the reason that I'm doing a lot of these classes, and a lot of these free classes are going to help you to know what the heck you're doing. You don't have to be scared, because I'm here. I'm going to reach out a hand. I'm going to help you with anything you have some troubles with, okay? So most of us, when we play Suzuki, we don't know what the heck we're doing. Me included. I had no idea what second position was, what third position was. I had no idea what was going on. And they were pulling me way too fast, way too fast, way too fast. So as a result, I didn't get any technique because it was too hard. Everything's too hard. As you walk through Suzuki, write in the chat a big Y if you've ever, felt this, that it's too difficult, right? That's because we're trying to learn new techniques, so teachers are pushing you there. We mean well, but we have to go back and work on those things. Now we have more technique. You can go back and clean up some stuff, okay? So in Cello Nation, I'm having something called the Suzuki Cello Cleanup. Suzuki Cleanup is gonna be Monday, December 8th through Thursday, December 11th. Free classes at 11 a.m., okay? Suzuki Cleanup. We're gonna clean up some of the pieces that you've worked on in your Suzuki. I'm not exactly sure what yet, but it doesn't matter because again, you can work on any level that you've already played, it doesn't matter, and get better, okay? So probably book 2, 3, and 4, something like that, we'll be cleaning up some of those pieces with a broom and a mop, okay? So that's gonna be, those are free classes in Cello Nation, Monday the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then also, we're gonna do Holiday Jam classes. So those are gonna be Monday the 15th through Thursday the 18th at 11 a.m. That's my magical time. Don't ask me why. Doesn't matter why. That's the time, 11 a.m. We're gonna work on holiday tunes and we're gonna throw some improv in, okay? So we're gonna do tunes like Mr. Santa, White Christmas, What Child Is This, and Jingle Bell Rock, okay? So that's the week of the 15th at 11 a.m. Put it on your calendar if you want to come in, all right? I'm also going to do some free classes on Fridays, free lessons, for anyone who came in that week. If you made all 4 classes that week, you get to be in the drawing for a free lesson on Friday. I'll probably teach 2 or 3 free lessons for people on Fridays, okay? That's true with the Suzuki Cleanup Week too, okay? So there's lots of options. There's classes. There's options for free lessons to make everybody better. You don't have to be able to pay for a class. Some of my classes are high ticket. Some of them cost a little bit less. But then there's also the free, okay? So no complaining because you get to fit into one of those areas, all right? And then I also want to do a holiday duets class. I got some holiday duets. They're not that hard. You and I can play it. Just for those of you out there who don't really have anyone to play with, you got me now, okay? I'm going to make sure you get the music, and then we're going to play some duets. I don't know the date for that yet, but I'll figure it out, all right? If you guys have any comments, please write in the comments anything that you're commenting. I'll go over the details, Alice, in an email to you or in a text to you, okay? Anybody watching later, make sure you ask any questions in the comments and I'll go over this later, all right? I'm gonna go out to lunch now Can't wait. So love to you from Bisky and me. And guys, do some posting. Post in Cello Nation. Make it a point to post, to be a part of the community. Because it's not a community if I'm the only one posting, right? It's a great community of people. I have to remind everybody to post. It doesn't have to be cello. It can be like, hey, what's your favorite soup? What's the holiday movie that you're watching? It doesn't matter. Just post some stuff in there relating to cello and then also not, because it's a community. And I want to have cello community that can rely on each other, that can hold each other up, that understands what it's like to be a cellist, right? All right, guys, I will see you guys then. Message me for details about the Winter Cello Program. Any questions that you have, email me, marcie@marciebrown.com. And I will see you guys later. All right, this has been fun. The highlights of the Winter Cello Program class. It's the first time I ever did this. I will see you guys later. Go practice. Make sure you practice, okay? Because practice makes better. Over and out from the Cello Guru.